Good morning, journeyers. How you doing? Yes, I am on the beach. The beach is near to the pool. So waiting for my students, so you know what time it is. Time to chat with Susie. You know, we should have a talk show like that. Time to chat with Susie. So let's get into it. Thank you for coming on the journey. Thank you for staying on the journey. The journey continues, and bye, guys. It's not an easy road. Glamour and the glitter, so them think a better rose. Me say, who feels it knows. Ooh, yes, it's not an easy road. I'm going to share what I can about my trip to Spanish Town. So, the autopsy of my son. So, if you're on the journey, nothing should be taking you by surprise. All right. So, you have to follow me for the keep up. All right, guys. So, I was waiting. Remember, my last video was last week Friday. No, last week Saturday. All right. So, last week Saturday, and go back and watch that to see what transpired, where we were, what happened, and all of that. So look at my hair now. So the wind of me here. All right. So I don't know if the ocean is too loud in the background, but let's walk up a bit here. We are at the beach, seaweed. All right. So I was waiting for a call to get the autopsy done. So I got that call last week, Friday. Autopsy was done on Tuesday. Now, if you are from Jamaica, you kind of have an idea of the processing and all of that. I am from Montego Bay, so with this, I had to go to Spanish Town to do this. I'm so not going to get into the details and all of that, but yes, I had to go to Spanish Town. So now, you know, say I had an 8:30 appointment, so I had to leave out early like an embassy midego and be there by that time. So going on, you know, feeling like, yes, I can do this, because I was written down to identify my son, you know. I feel like, yeah, I can do this, you know. I've done it before, even though my daughters keep telling me, Mommy, this is different, this is your son, because I've done it for my mother, I've done it for my sister. So, you know, I'm thinking, honestly, I had no expectation. I did not know what to expect. In my mind, I was thinking that when I see him, I would see the because I saw him the day he died. I saw him. I went to look at his body and all of that. So that's the image I had in my mind. So hold on to that, right? Hold on to that. I had the image of my mind. He just lay there in his clothes, one wound to the chest. Yes, because social media, they say all kind of different things. It was one wound, one. All right, but anyway, we're not going to get into that. We have nothing to prove to anybody. We're not going to justify anything. God knows. God sees, God knows. All right. So I woke up from like after 2. I woke up from after 2. I journal, and then, you know, we tried to leave out. We wanted to leave out by 5, which we did, you know. So we didn't take public transportation, so we had a ride. So it was me and my 2 daughters that went, and or the person that brought us. So I am gonna try to put this in a nutshell. All right, I don't want it to be drawn out. So on our way to Spanish Town, you know, feeling good and all of that, playing some worship songs in the vehicle and, you know, building a vibes and all of that. And I remember, you know, if you know the toll road, there's a part where I think you get your card, your card first. You get a card first before you actually go to pay. So I tell you, I was feeling good and all of that, you know. As I said, I don't know what to expect. Honestly, me never know what to expect and all of these things. So, my daughter said she wanted to do it, but my name was on the thing for it to be done. So anyway, going about our business and all of that. And out of the blues, I mean, nothing. I don't know what happened because we're listening to worship songs and all of that. I wasn't bawling, but I was crying because there's difference. All right, I have moments when I bawl and then moments when the tears come. So anyway, find myself crying, but you know, that moment and all of that. So we got to Spanish Town. It was way early, and you know, we're there, and after being there and waiting, we didn't get processing until I think a little bit after 9, a little bit after 9, and so they guys, I'm not gonna be videoing like being at those places and all of that. Certain things I'm not gonna video. I'm not even sure if I'll be able to even video the funeral or do any vlogging at the funeral and all of that. I know, so I'm not gonna expect that. If I can tell you about it after and all of that, but like, and maybe if there's picture taken and not me, you know, and all of that. But the processing now to go and see the body. And I can you share your experience if anybody have ever done this before? Share your experience. Can you share your experience in there? Because honestly, guys, I went in. I went, so they you sit in a waiting area, then you you are called and you are prepped what to do, what not to do. Don't bring your phone, don't touch the body, don't this, don't that, and all of these things. All right, my mother died in the hospital, and it was not hard, you know, and from the hospital to the funeral home, and they called me there, and I went to identify. My sister was a different case. My sister, um, she she had died a couple of days, and you know, they found her in her house. The body was a bit decomposed. She lived alone, and I had seen her on the day, you know, when we get the call and all of that. So I had seen her, so I knew how it looked, what she had on, and all of that. So when I went to the funeral, the morgue, it was not hard. Even though she was decomposed, it was not hard to tell because the clothes were there and all of that. So we use things like those to. So I was thinking this with my son. Honestly, I was thinking that I would. Oh, I saw him on the day he died. Pass. I don't know if you must get use die here. Um, I was thinking in my mind after, because it's when we went Tuesday, the 28th of May, it was exactly 2 months that he had passed. So I was thinking that he would look like, you know, when I saw him, because in my mind, the first thing that I was looking for is his shoes. I was looking for his shoes. Boy, am I ignorant to this. Um, so when they prep you and all of this, and then they take you into where the body is. Mighty God, no, guys. Even if I wanted to ball, I could not ball. No, even if I wanted to drop down, I could not drop down. Seriously, I'm not saying this to be funny or anything. I could not identify my son. I could not, because that's not what I was looking for. And I'm not going to describe it. If you have gone through this before and all of that, and maybe you know about science and know what these things, but maybe I'm ignorant to all of this, but that was nothing. Nothing. And the only thing they showed me was his face. And that face don't look like my child. And I was, because he had a tattoo, and I was thinking, okay, if you can't identify one way, you identify the other way. Nothing. They showed me nothing than a face. And then the person who was doing it, and I don't even want to speak ill of anybody, was insensitive. Insensitive, like they're hurrying me to get this over. When was the last time you saw him? I said the last when he died. And it don't look, he was so dark, like them burn him up in a fire, and it's just ready to turn ash. It was so charcoal. And I said, he is so dark. Well, I didn't say dark, I said he is so black. And because and the lady said, we live in a black country. I said, really? What do you mean we live in a black country? But anyway, I realized that the enemy is going to come up in many ways. I tell people, when you're down, him don't give you a break. If him can't step in your neck when you're down, he will step in your neck. Listen to me. And everything will come for you to lose hope. You understand? And to be frustrated. That is, to be frustrated about all of this. Mighty God. And honestly, guys, I could not identify him. Somebody hold up one plait of hair, because he had long hair, and one of the person hold up a plait of his hair for me to identify him. Even though I had a pin on me with this picture, but I could telling me that space is an issue. So let's wrap this up. So I could not identify my son because it just never looked like him. I don't know. It never looked like him, and I was afraid when the day of funeral, it's a wrong body, guys. So my daughter actually went in, and she even had to look twice to recognize it. That's how horrible it was, and he never got an injury to his face or anything. So I'm not sure how they store the body, and I don't know the science of it. But anyway, it was done, and it is time to plan the funeral, and I'll keep you posted. Maybe there's a link to watch it if anybody is interested and all of that. Thank you for your prayers. And you know, guys, let me tell you something. Even this morning while I was walking to teach swimming, I was thinking, I felt like I have to always be on the go, whether in little things or not, but I feel like I have to always be moving, because I feel like if I stop moving, I am going to fall apart. I'm going to like pop down, you know. And I'm not trying to be strong. All right, I'm not trying to be strong. I'm not trying to be okay. You know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm doing this one day at a time, and with God, of course, because I think He's the one that's carrying me. He's the one that's holding me together. Honestly, He's the one that's holding me together, because it's not easy. It's not, I feel like somebody give me a bag of cement to carry. Yeah, if you know what a cement is. Concrete. I feel like somebody give me something heavy, like way heavy, more than what I can carry. Yeah, and so because of that, we cannot try to do this by ourselves. Because you remember when Jesus, this just came to me, when Jesus was carrying the cross, it was really heavy. How much thousand people, millions people sin he had to carry. That even the Roman soldiers in their natural mind saw that he needed help. We cannot carry the cares of life. We can't carry it. And this is why God says, come, if you are heavy laden, if you're a heavy burden, come, I will give you rest. Mighty God, can you imagine going through what we go through and have a peace like when Jesus slept in the storm? And I was reading something the other day, when we get anxious and when we get antsy and all of that, it's because we do not trust God to give it to him. That's why we are supposed to be at peace, because we said, all right, God, you take this. I don't know where money coming from to bury anybody. I don't know. I'm telling my daughters, one is more antsy than one. You know, I'm saying, listen, because there have to be a miracle in this. This can't be for nothing. There have to be some miracle. Mighty God, as I can see the old sky. I can see heaven right now. There have to be a miracle out of this. This suffering can't be for nothing. This must be an effortless victory. I'm not expecting anything less. Effortless. I'm not even supposed to lose sleep. I don't know where a dollar is coming from. But I am believing, because I believe that this is a season to trust God. This is my season to trust God, to sleep in the storm and say, you know what, God, here is it, take it, deal with it. Yeah. And the thing about it is, let me tell you something, even when it reached almost the day and you still don't see like things, trust God. Guys, it's not easy to say that. It's not easy to say that, because when you have bills to pay and the bills people, even if they're a Christian or not, they work for somebody. So at the end of the day, we have to trust God. It's not easy to say, but then you're walking through faith. He said, if you walk through fire, you will not be burned. Why would he say all of that? Why would he say that? He's not a man to lie. So there must be some hope to hold on to. There must be something to hold on to trust in God. So this song, I trust in God, my Savior, the one, he will never fail. He will never fail. I sought the Lord, and he heard, and he answered. I sought the Lord, and he heard, and he answered. That's why I trust him. That's why I trust him. Listen to me, man. This can't be for nothing. He bring me here, and he's going to take me through it. Have a blessed day, afternoon, evening, night, whenever you find this video. Encourage somebody. I'm encouraging you, you encourage me. Let's encourage each other. The race is not for the swift, but who endures to the end. All right, so hang on. Even if you have to crawl on your bottom to get to the finish line, it's not being swift, it's enduring, long suffering, one of the fruits of the Spirit. So thank you for journeying with me. I will keep you posted on this journey. All right, even though it's not an easy road, but God, with Christ in the vessel, we can smile at the storm. Have a beautiful day.